Hey folks, welcome back to the farm. We're in the kitchen. We're back from California. Kelly's at work today. We're going to put together some supper so when she gets home we can eat. We're going to do a real good dish today, Chile Relleno casserole. So stick around. We'll make it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to preheat our oven 350 degrees. Next thing on the agenda is we're going to spray our 9x13 baking pan with a little cooking spray. Next thing we are going to do, we have a 7-ounce can of green chilies. You can use the whole, the diced, whatever you want. I've got the mild because Kelly's sensitive to heat. But they make them hotter, they make them medium and hot. So in goes that whole 7-ounce can, and then we're going to spread it around so it covers the bottom a little bit better. Again, you want to drain that can as best you can. You're going to get a little juice in there, but that's just fine. So once you get your chili spread out, then we're going to go with about 4 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese. We grated a half a pound of Monterey Jack and a half a pound of cheddar. And we're going to use half of each right now. There we go. Now we'll get half of our cheddar. Just like that. Now right now, I'm going to deviate from the standard recipe. So if you don't like my deviation, don't do it. I have some leftover rotisserie chicken in the fridge. So there's just a little breast meat left. I'm going to take what's left and we're going to put that on top here and add a little protein to our Chile Relleno casserole. Usually the only protein is the egg. So let me get that out and chop it up. Okay, we've got our just a little bit of chicken on there. So now we're going to take another 7-ounce can of green chilies. 14 ounces total for the whole recipe. And we're going to sprinkle this over the top. We'll distribute them a little bit better once we get them out of the can here. I don't want to move my cheese around too much and my chicken and all that. So just kind of even it out just a little bit. Just like that. So now we're going to mix our wet ingredients that go over the top of our what we have in the pan now. We had 6 large eggs, and to that we added half a cup of our good raw milk. And now let's get some spices. Okay, first thing we need, I know it's not a spice, but 2 tablespoons of flour. Next is 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon is 1/3 of a tablespoon. Next thing is 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Next thing is 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm just using a half a teaspoon. It's fine. Our next thing is just to whisk this up until it's combined really well. And then we're going to pour it over our mixture in the pan. We've got our mixture sufficiently mixed. Got all of our little clumps from our powdered ingredients mixed in. So we're just going to pour this evenly over our mixture here in the pan. So some of those ingredients in the egg, like the baking powder, are going to cause it to puff up. Egg puffs up a little bit on its own too. So that looks gorgeous already and smells really good. So now we're going to pop this into a 350-degree oven for 25 minutes. Now another good option for the chilies in this dish would be the Hatch chilies that we canned last year. Those are a little bit warm though, so I reserve those for when I'm making something just for myself. But that would be a fantastic substitute. Another substitution you can do, instead of the Monterey Jack cheese and the cheddar cheese, you could go with a pound of Colby. Colby Jack would be just fine, or any cheese you like. Okay, 25 minutes is up on our casserole. The recipe says pull this out, and you're going to put 8 ounces of tomato sauce on top. That'll simulate the red sauce like on your Chile Relleno. But Kelly really loves the Taco Bell mild sauce that you can get at the store. So we're going to use that instead because it's got a little bit more flavor than just a regular tomato sauce. This would be a good option too if you liked a little more heat. A little Mexican tomato sauce. It's a little hotter. So let's get this spread on top. Tomato sauce is on top. We're just going to even it out a little bit. That smells absolutely amazing. I remember my mom used to make this. It's her recipe. I found it in the box the other day when we were making those other 2 recipes. There we go. Now this back in our 350-degree oven for 15 minutes. Okay, here's our casserole after our 15 minutes in the oven. So on goes the rest of our cheese. We're going to put the other half of the Jack and the other half of the cheddar and put it out here evenly. Got our cheese on. Now we're going to go back under the broiler for about 5 minutes or so, just to the cheese melts. This is all we got to do. Alright folks, look at that bubbly goodness. So we just need to let this calm down a little bit because you wouldn't want to eat it this hot. And we'll bring our favorite taste tester in here to tell us what she thinks of it. Alright, I got my super cute wife Kelly. You know her. She's going to be our taste tester today. Thumbs up. Awesome. 1 through 10. What do you rate it?
Probably an 8.
An 8? I'll take an 8.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have supper. There we go, folks. Little cilantro on top. That's one of my favorite things. You could do some sour cream if you wanted to also. That would be good. Kelly had the idea of maybe putting some crushed corn chips down on the bottom of the casserole before you make it. So we might try that sometime too. But it looks delicious. We're going to have some supper. All right, folks, another fantastic supper. I would definitely take Kelly's hint and crunch up some corn chips in there. That would be really good, I think. And then it definitely needs to be hotter for me. I would definitely go with the hotter chilies or the hotter sauce on the top, like the El Pato or something like that would be really good. I can't imagine having just plain tomato sauce on that. Not for me. So spice it up a little bit. I think it would be much better. But all in all, really good. Definitely going to have it again. So till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here at Markelly Farm.